In Parshas Miketz, Paro had a dream that ultimately caused Yosef to be brought out of the pit and become second in command of Egypt. So the Torah says, "Vayhi Miketz Nasayim Yamim." It was after 2 years, Ufaroi Chalem, and Paro dreamt. It doesn't say Vayachaloim Paroi and dreamt Paro. It says Ufaroi Chalem. Paro dreamt. So the Malbim says it's telling you the contrast between the Sar HaMashkin and Sar HaOfim in last week's Parsha, that they had dreams and Yosef interpreted them for him and asked Sar HaMashkin to remember him, and he didn't remember him. In contrast to that, Paro's dream did help Yosef get out of the pit. So it's telling you the difference between the two dreams. So now, Veinei Omed Al Ya'ar, behold, Paro was standing on the Nile. Veinei Omed Al Ya'ar, the 7 big cows, nice, good-looking cows came up, and then it says, Vehinei, and behold, the Malbim, 7 thin cows, 7 scrawny-looking cows came up afterwards. The Malbim says Vehinei shows the immediate action right afterwards. Immediately, the bad cows came, telling you that there's not going to be any gap between the famine and between the abundance and between the famine. So the Malbim also says that the second dream that Paro had, which was the wheat, the stalks, is an interpretation of the first dream, because it clearly talks about wheat, which is the food that you eat, and telling you that the good stalks and the bad stalks, so you see abundance and famine. Another interesting thing the Malbim says is, why couldn't his interpreters, his sorcerers, the sorcerers of Egypt and the wise people, interpret his dream? So the Malbim says, because the interpreters and the sorcerers and wise people, they listened to Paro's dream, and they looked at Paro as a person, and that's how they would interpret a dream. But one thing they failed to see about Paro that Yosef realized is that Paro, because he was the king, his dreams were on a national level and not on an individual level. And therefore, Chazal say some of the interpretations they had was Paro's going to have 7 daughters and all of that, all individual Paro dreams, but not for the nation. And that's why Yosef succeeded in this dream, and of course he was expert in interpreting dreams.